the system of blaming Eddie Kalungu that he took the credit, he was running the country with the credit. Let me tell you, it's only those visionary, incompetent, incapable people. They doesn't know what the meaning of credit. Even those big businessmen, nobody who can say he runs a big business companies without starting by getting a loan somewhere. Every big companies, every big investments, every big mine, there are some loans. If they didn't took it on the local, they took it internationally. Eddie Kalungu took the credit on the capacity way to pay that without headache, without struggle. How? He took those credit and invest those credits into airports. He took those credit, invested into some targets. He took those credit, invested into solar powers, which was 1,000 or something megawatt. He took those credit, invest into agriculture, which food was reserved on the great quantities in the nation. So those credits which Mr. Eddie Kalungu took works, and it was supposed to be refunded, to be repaid quickly than the way Upnd took it. So they want to get advantage for them to have access to 2026, saying that Eddie Kalungu ran this country lying into the credit. Everything that we are enjoying, it was on the credit. Who told you that? Do you know how many people are flying every day on the airport? And that's money. There's the percentage that you're supposed to pay where that credit was invested. Do you know how many mares that it was supposed to be sold? Do you know how many cars are passing on the targets? Do you know how many people who are supposed to buy electricity from the solar powers? Only those who don't know what's the meaning of the investment, those who doesn't mean the meaning of development. There is nobody who can go higher without credit. Everything starts by credit. After clearing the credit, then you start now your own foundation. Then you have already laid it. The templates cannot be there without nothing. This is the politics. Zambians must be careful. This is the politics. They can use any weakness that is publicly to diminish the visionary person. You have to be very careful. If you were visioned, can you tell me that Upnd have paid the credit that was took during the Franklin regime? No, that they have not paid that credit on their own pockets. They have used the money for airports. They have used the money from the solar powers and electricity, which they sold electricity and they're still selling the electricity out of the country. It is the investments of the credit of the Mr. Eddie Kalungu invested that money into electricity. But you have sold the power out of the country. Then you took that money and you start paying. You start paying in careless, while the Zambian people, they are suffering, and you don't even care about the situation you are going through. No one will stand on your door. No for you to pay that credit on that way that you're paying it. You yourself you have pulled biggest credit than the PF regime. The credit of PF was invested on the quality things like hospitals, roads, targets, airports, a lot of energy, a lot of things, different energy, electricity, solar energy, many things which was invested, and these things were supposed to be invest money. It's supposed to be to bring back money, and they're supposed to, this time they could supposed to pay and clear those credits all this long. They're supposed to pay to pay and time remain. Do not mislead the Zambian. Do not see the Zambian as a coward. Nobody in Upnd will say we have paid this. Did you pay it with your own pocket money? When you came to power, you promised people that we are going to take our own 5 billion that you are going to invest in this government. You are going to invest. Where is that 5 billion? It has become that 5 billion you borrowed it from IMF. And from that time, in just 3 years ago, you've been borrowed more than 9 billion, more than what PF borrowed. Just a few years. If you have something that you're gonna do not mislead the nation by trying to diminish the name of somebody. While what that person did, it is openly, it's being seen by everybody. Everybody see. The world is seeing. They see that they are seeing every day what Mr. Eddie Kalungu is doing. And manifesto of the Patriotic Fund is the greatest manifesto ever. If the Patriotic Front, they had that chance to continue 2021 until today. Zambia was supposed to be more than South Africa by now. Upnd came in power and came to loot. The ministers looted and built. Let me tell you, even if you play your mingalato, you play whatever, and you take the office, it is just 10 years, maybe. But by bad luck, you fail. Your jail will be, you'll cry. If you see how people suffered, people that have suffered in these 5 years, you cannot even stand and say, they have lived this country, I see you. Don't joke with this country. Saying the facts is not a crime. By the way, we're going to talk with this later.